All right, you guys, we are out here today. I am starting my testing process for the Taurus GX4 Carry. This is the optics ready model. You guys know that I love putting optics on my handguns. I think that all pistols should come optic ready, but hey, that's just me. Now this gun right here is fairly budget friendly. I managed to pick this one up used locally for I don't know, maybe half the cost of what it would be new, which of course I appreciate. I like to save money when I can. I've got about 500 rounds here with me. I'm going to put that 500 rounds through this gun today. I think next weekend I'm going to come back out. I'll put another 500 through it. And at that point, maybe we will do kind of a side-by-side comparison to the Hellcat Pro. I'm not doing that today. The reason that I want to test this gun is that it is kind of a budget-friendly alternative to the Hellcat Pro. It basically has all the same features. It's the same size. It's got a couple of things that, well, one thing that the Hellcat Pro doesn't. Well, I guess a couple. First is it's cheaper. Second is it does have these back straps that can be changed out to further customize the grip. I really like the way it feels in my hand. You know what? Let's just get to shooting. Let's put some rounds through this, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. All right, first shots through the Taurus GX4 Carry. All right, I have finished putting 500 rounds through the Taurus GX4 Carry, and I have had no issues, no malfunctions, no stoppages. Ran smooth and flawlessly, which I'm going to be perfectly honest, I'm pretty surprised about. I was kind of anticipating having some issues because of the price point on this gun. These run around $400 to $500, I believe, for the optics ready model, which is considerably cheaper than a lot of the other guns kind of in this category. This does have a 3.7 inch barrel. It's, you know, basically an inch thick. You get two 15 round mags with this gun. It uses Glock style sights. There's a lot positive going on with this gun. Not everybody out there wants to kind of buy a carry gun and just upgrade it with every part available on the market like I do, which is a positive if you're looking at the GX4 Carry, because to be honest, there's not a ton of aftermarket support. You aren't going to find a bunch of mag extensions. Apex doesn't make a trigger for this. Overwatch doesn't make a trigger for this. I honestly haven't been able to find a trigger for this gun, which I guess is okay. This trigger's pretty solid. It's got very little take up. It's got a clear and defined wall. And the reset's okay. It's not horrible. the actual shape of the trigger, how it feels on the finger is pretty good. It's got a nice wide safety blade on there, so you don't get a lot of like, pinching or rubbing. Some of the safety blades on these triggers on different guns can be kind of irritating. I just put 500 rounds downrange in all of about, I think I've been up here an hour and a half or so. I've got 2 other guns that I'm going to be testing today, but if I were to put 500 rounds through most stock triggers this quickly, I most likely would end up with a little irritation on the old finger. I guess most people probably aren't shooting as much as I do, so it's not such a big deal. What I'm getting at, what I'm saying is that this trigger, for being such a budget-friendly gun, is pretty good. The controls aren't bad. You don't have a lot going on here. You have a single-sided slide release / slide stop. It is functional. I don't have any issues with that. One thing that I don't really like is the takedown procedure. Now, this gun comes with a little keychain. I didn't bring it with me. I left it at home. The keychain is a miniature version of this gun, and the bottom of it down here has a little flathead screwdriver type deal, which you use to unlock right here to be able to remove the slide. I don't like that. I don't like having to carry a tool or use like an empty shell or some random piece of garbage or whatever I can come up with. I don't like having to do that to disassemble the firearm if there's an issue in the field. I want to be able to just, flip the lever and strip it down without having to use any other bits and pieces. Something that I really like about the GX4 Carry is the grip texture. So the gun has these removable back straps. It has, I think, 3 of them in the case with the gun, so that you can dial in kind of the fit to your hand, which is great. But the texture itself is aggressive enough that I get a really good grip on the gun, but not so aggressive that it is going to irritate me if I carry it all day. I'm an M&P guy, and I really like that super aggressive texture on the M&P 2.0. What I don't like is carrying that gun and my shirt sticking to it all day and it rubbing my belly raw. I don't really enjoy that. This is a better texture than you'll get with, say, the Hellcat Pro. It's more aggressive, but in a non-irritating way. It's really kind of hard to describe. I definitely say find a gun shop that has one and feel it. I really like the grip texture on this, which is saying something because I'm kind of weird about that. It fits really well in my hand, personally. I feel like the little finger bump that's down here fits me really well. I don't know. It's just a natural feeling gun in my hand, and so far so good with it all the way around. I really don't have anything negative to say about it other than the takedown procedure. So far so good. These guns are cheap, or maybe I should say inexpensive. What you buy these for could potentially be a couple $100 less than a lot of the other guns that are going to be in this category on the market. Now, Taurus has kind of a bad name. They are an inexpensive firearm made by a company that has kind of specialized in cheaper versions of guns for quite a long time. Now, there's been a few guns that they've made that have been just absolute dumpster fires, but from what I can see, in the last maybe 5 or 10 years, Taurus has really kind of turned around the product that they produce. Now, is this gun a Smith & Wesson or a Springfield or you know, fill in the blank with whatever manufacturer. No. Taurus is making guns for people who either don't have the money to spend on the more expensive firearms or don't really feel like spending that kind of money on more expensive firearms. I mean, I have several expensive guns that you could almost buy the entire GX lineup for what some of those cost individually. If you want to have a couple of different handguns to be able to practice with and learn with and get out there and shoot with, the Tauruses are actually a pretty good value. So look, I don't want to ramble on about the Taurus. We're 500 rounds into testing the GX4 Carry. It's running well. It's running smooth. I haven't had any malfunctions. I'm not quite to a point where I'm ready to carry this yet. But so far, so good. I think that for a budget-friendly carry pistol, the GX4 Carry works pretty well. Now, like I said earlier, I do want to put another 500 rounds through it before, you know, I give kind of a final thought for it. But right now, I actually do kind of like this gun. Do I like it as much as the Hellcat Pro? Well, I guess we're going to have to do a side-by-side comparison video for that very soon. So keep an eye out for that. You know what? Thanks for watching, you guys. Stay safe out there. Get some range time in and, you know, enjoy yourself.